Summer 2012 was a definite hit for several students at the secondary and tertiary levels. They were gainfully employed by Petrojam Limited through its recently concluded summer employment program. These youngsters were exposed to various disciplines, from the more technical areas such as mechanical, chemical and electrical engineering to administrative types such as management studies and economics.
Every year I do believe that we at least have over at least 100 students who would have passed through these doors, and some of which have actually come back to join us on staff to make valuable contribution to the company. So with that we do place a lot of emphasis, and not only for growth of the company itself, but growth in terms of nationally in preparing youngsters for the future.
Words from a product of the Petrojam Summer Employment Program tell Roy Morgan, who now holds the important post of production manager at the company. Let's flash back to the orientation exercise. The students were treated to insightful presentations on Petrojam and its operations. There too, they were encouraged to make full use of the opportunity given.
Whatever task you're given to do, always try and see what you can learn from it. There is no task that is too small.
You'll be assigned individual projects, but as I said, make friends with each other, work as a team, be a team player. That's something we promote here at Petrojam.
You're handpicked, selected. It's not by an accident that you're here, right? And therefore you need to, one, position yourself from now, make the best use of this opportunity.
So even though it may be a short stint, it's very, very useful, and it's something that you will always be able to put on your resume when you have completed your studies and you're going to be applying for jobs.
The students were for the most part assigned tasks that matched their field of studies. Having already been exposed to the theory, they were eager to get some hands-on experience.
I hope to get an understanding of how gasoline is produced in Jamaica, and really just to gain some technical experience since I'm studying engineering.
My expectation is to gain more work experience and to learn as much as I can about the fuel production process.
I expect to develop so that I can further my career and be better grounded when I'm entering the work world.
After an eye-opening introduction to Petrojam, it was time for work. With the help of supervisors and staff, the students honed and developed new skill sets.
Take up your sample, wait, and then you inject.
I think this one, which is 73, but you spent 79% already. So instead of making 79% waste, we said, all right, these, we just bump them up to priority 1.
These students were assigned the task to renovate this model refinery that was out of use for an extended period. By all accounts, they did a great job.
Students that come in tend to be new to the reality of what is, that they might have been reading in a book. So you find that most students will have want to know, want to see everything kind of thing. So they are eager to pick up those pointers. And in the process, most of them show good and quality interest in what they have to do.
Every year we usually get a great batch of students and their performance is quite good. I look forward to getting more each year and giving them more value-added work.
At the end of their stint, Kemar Rose and Neil Bennett, summer interns from the University of the West Indies Applied Chemistry Program, presented their findings from the value-added project they were assigned to a panel of experts.
So here we have a simplified diagram of how a heat exchanger works. So I'll use the example of crude and ADO. So ADO, it moves from a hotter temperature to a cooler temperature when it's going to storage, and crude will move from a cooler temperature to a hotter temperature when it's being sent to the furnace.
For the test that we did, first of all, we followed, in a sense, ASTM guideline. ASTM is the American Society for Testing of Materials, and basically, if we, from their methodology, if we follow their methodology, we would expect to get a certain result. So this is why we follow their methodology and their guidelines for doing these tests.
Kemar had a thing or two to say about his experience, and so did the others.
This is one of the first places that I came to, and I was able to get a full-on experience of what it is like to work in the field of chemistry.
I can speak for engineering, which is a very practical field. We learn theory, but it is the application of the theory that is important. So being here on the refinery, being able to be hands-on and to actually implement systems is critical to developing engineering experience.
It's something new, but it really is good, and I'm thankful for the experience that I got.
For over 20 years, Petrojam has been providing summer employment to students. The program is one of the company's annual corporate social responsibility activities. This year's summer employment program was conducted over 2 6-week periods. 41 students were employed between May 31 and July 9 in Phase 1 of the program, while 110 students participated in Phase 2 from July 23 to August 17. This year's crop of students were chosen from over 300 applicants. While the majority worked at the refinery, the company partnered with a number of organizations to ensure placement of the students at off-site locations. These included the Diabetes Association of Jamaica, National Land Agency, Post and Telecommunications, National Heritage Trust, Child Development Agency, Dispute Resolution Foundation, Institute of Jamaica, and the Court Office.
Through the summer program, we are able to identify persons who can fit into our culture, who can provide the skills and the competencies that we need as a company. And so therefore it is used as a training ground for persons who will be future employees and also to provide skills for the country, for other companies.
Shamel Booth and Jody Morris are former summer employees that have been hired by the company.
Started working here summer 2009 as a summer student. What I can say, the experience has been a good one. The work you get here is challenging, but it's good. It's real work. As a matter of fact, projects I worked on as a summer student, when I'm permanently employed, I've worked on similar projects and even have to follow up on the same projects.
From the summer program, what I gained was an appreciation of what the working environment was like, and especially for an industrial environment as well. So I would have had some exposure before in some other summer stints, but working on an operating refinery, I thought that was quite key in terms of the decisions I took in terms of my career.
The students were only too grateful for the invaluable work experience garnered over the weeks.
When you're going to do an interview for like business apart from summer program, they normally ask you for experiences. I mean, this is really good as an experience, and I think it's a really good initiative.
I think it's good that they're taking an interest in the students from Jamaica, giving them an opportunity to gain an experience, really helping them to steer their career path, and really seeing, giving them a chance in life, basically speaking.
It's excellent, and it's a very selfless gesture to uplift the youth of the nation.
As Petrojam celebrates 30 years of serving Jamaica's energy needs, they continue to impact the lives of Jamaicans through their corporate outreach programs, guided by their vision to be the petroleum product supplier of choice in the region, best at what we do.